First, two problems for Eddie Howe at Newcastle. They're without two of their key players for tomorrow's game with Everton, with one of them out until after the World Cup. Eddie Howe has confirmed striker Alexander Isak won't be back until Boxing Day at the earliest. and Maximin will also miss their next game with a thigh injury. Isak has suffered a persistent muscle injury since arriving at Newcastle from Real Sociedad in August. But the silver lining for Howe is that with Isak's Sweden not going to Qatar, the player can recover before the season resumes after Christmas.
Alex, we don't think we'll see again before the World Cup. So unfortunately he's had a setback on his thigh. Very frustrating for him as a new player coming to a new league, club. You want to make an instant impact, and he did that in the team in those first few games. I thought he was excellent for us. Looked like he was acclimatising really well. Picked up the injury when he was away with Sweden. And since then, been frustrating for him because he felt really, really good. Did a lot of work to get fit, and as always with muscle injuries, they're unpredictable. If you're trying to look for a positive, we will get a chance, hopefully, for his injury to heal, and then we will get a mini pre-season with him to get him in peak physical condition. And I think when he joined us, he joined us with a very minor hamstring problem. So even when he played against Liverpool, he wasn't at 100% fitness. So hopefully this gives us an opportunity to get him to his peak physical condition so he can show his athletic capabilities. I mean, he is an incredible athlete, and he will, in my opinion, do really well for us for a long period of time. So this is an important time now to bed him into the team, to get to know the players, the city, and then come back firing.
It's a huge blow, not only for Newcastle, but for the player himself, to come such a high price tag as well, and a lot of pressure going into a huge football club. It's someone that Newcastle need, but they need to deal with it without him. Callum Wilson, Chris Wood as well, who could come off the bench, and he does a great job, albeit doesn't score as many as Newcastle would like. But yeah, I'm really disappointed for the player himself and for Newcastle.
Well, Eddie Howe has also responded to a jibe from Jurgen Klopp that Liverpool can't compete with the spending power of Newcastle's new Saudi ownership. Newcastle's sporting director, Dan Ashworth, has previously said there was no ceiling for the club. But Howe says it's untrue, that Newcastle have been simply splashing the cash, and Ashworth's comments were misinterpreted.
Frustrating. No, I don't spend my time worrying about it, but I just, when you know the reality, then you know the truth of what we've done certainly since I've been here. I can only speak on my behalf, and we've tried to do things in a very controlled way. And certainly the club could have gone a totally different way, I'm sure, with the takeover and everything that came with that takeover and everything that was sort of talked about. I think we've done it in the opposite way. We've done it in a very cool, calm. Our wage bill has been very, very controlled. So we haven't splashed the money that maybe that people thought we would have done initially. So I think what Dan meant with his comment was there's no ceiling to our ambition. I think long term, the club, huge ambitions, but at the moment, the reality of what we're working towards or working with, there is a ceiling because of all the things that I've sat here and explained every week. Financial fair play, we're still in a training ground that's being renovated, so we're not living that life that is being discussed. We're living a very different reality,